In this video, we are going to be looking at Kate's savings account for an unspecified goal using a spreadsheet. So I've taken this information from the question and set up a description. If you need more information about how to set up a description, check out the setting up a description for a loan video. The only difference in here is that we have been given two effective rate of interests. The first one is an annual one, which is a point to note, and then the second is a monthly one. So we need to make sure they're in the same type of units. So the first thing that I've done here is I've added in a section to change my annual into a monthly effective interest. That way I can apply it to each month. So the way we do that is we take our annual interest, so we do 1 plus the annual interest and then the power of a 12th, and that is because there is 12 months in a year, and then subtract 1. You'll find that in formula in the textbook if you need it. So everything else is filled out here, and I have my change of interest as well. So we start off with our time in months. Let's make that central. And all we're going to do is we're just going to carry that down to 48 months. You can do that at the end, however, I like to see where I'm aiming to. So let's put in 48 months and get set up. The account balance at the very beginning of your savings is 0 before you've put anything into your account, and then your payment amount each month is £200. So we're going to say equal to this cell here, okay, E7. Now, if I say that's that and then carry on down here, I can either copy and paste, which will take forever for 48 months or longer, but also, unfortunately, if you pull down, it's going to take the following cell down as well. Okay, so if I show you that, it's now looking at E8. So the way we organize that and sort it is we make the cell static just by adding in $signs. Okay, so now I can drag that along. I could drag it along this way as well, and it will always pull the value from that box. Okay, and then the balance after the payment is going to be equal to your account before and the payment included. Okay, so that's your very first month sorted. Next, we're going to look at the first month where we have to pay, or we are gaining our interest. So we are going to say it's equal to the last balance, and we are going to multiply that by our interest. So our interest is in so we're looking at the monthly one in here, and we have got our new account balance. Now, this doesn't really look like currency, so you can either truncate it or you could change it to currency. But what I like to do is just change it to round. So, let's bring that back. So what I do is I say I want to round it to 2 decimal places. So you say round, open up brackets, and the number of decimal places. And because we're working with currency, it's going to be 2 decimal places. So it's 2. And then this one is going to be the same as above. That's just relating into the payment amount. And again, this is going to be the same as above because we are just adding the payment amount and the previous account balance. Now that we've got that sorted, I'm just going to make that a little bit neater by putting everything in the center. Now that we've got those organized, we can just pull that down for the 48 months. Okay, and this calculation that I'm doing just now is as if, I know what it is. I almost always do this. So what we need to make sure is that our interest is locked to that cell because what I was telling the computer there to do was take the next cell down. So we don't want to keep changing the interest. We want to keep the interest the same. So let's put in our dollar signs in there, and that should now work. Now, so as I was saying, if we pull this down for 48 months just now, that's calculating as if we had only one interest rate, okay? So that's the value down there that I would get if I was only dealing with this monthly effective interest rate. However, in the question we're told after 2 years, we move on to this interest rate here, this 0.3. So we're going to scroll down to 25 because that would be the first month after 2 years, which would be 24 months. And we are going to change our cell from E5 to E6 because that is now the new effective interest rate. And I'm going to apply that. And then, just as before, I'm going to drag this down. I don't need to do it for the rest of the columns because they've already been organized and they haven't been edited. So I'll drag it down to here. And this is now our new saving account balance. So that is our final balance if we deposit £200 under these conditions of the account.